Due to time limitations, I'm going to give you a crash course on all the Georges who have led Patrick Henry to 8 straight league titles and trips to the playoffs. We start with Zach George, son of Bob George, brother of Luke George, no relation to Jeff George, that we know, leading the Patriots to a state title in 2005. This is brother Luke George, second son of Bob George, current quarterback, wide receiver, and defensive back, celebrating the 2005 state title as an 8th grader.
People don't know how to lose around here.
The following year, I interviewed Ben George, cousin of Zach and Luke George, nephew to Coach Bob George, Curious George, quite a character. And we can't forget Aaron George, brother of Ben George, cousin of Zach and Luke George, nephew to Coach Bob George. By George, that's a lot of Georges. But not the last George. What about Bob George, father to Zach and Luke George, uncle to Ben and Aaron George? Boy George, not related. Ron, could you do it without a George?
Well, I'll tell you what, it makes it a heck of a lot easier.
What is it about the George last name that just goes with PH football?
We've been pretty fortunate. My nephews and my 2 sons, they've had great coaching to begin with, and they've also had great teammates.
I definitely believe it's our work ethic. We're in the weight room a lot, and we have great leadership, I think, and I think it comes to us naturally. We're vocal leaders. Aaron's a vocal leader. I'm a vocal leader, and I think it really carries on the field.
Oh, it's the greatest feeling ever. I mean, it's just like playing with a brother out there, having a dad on the field all the time.
Are there any chances that more Georges will be following in their footsteps? Are there any left?
No, that would be actually an immaculate conception if that would happen in my family, and I think my brothers too.
Eddie George thinks that's a little bit too much information.